This is a review for the Harbor Freight Oscillating Parabolic Heater. I purchased it for around $30 after the 20% off coupon, plus I had it shipped, and I think they charge you like $5.99 or $6.99 for shipping. So if you buy it in the store, you might actually be able to get it for around $25 if you get it on sale. It's a decent heater. I think for the price point, it's good. It'll definitely heat up a small bedroom within 10 or 15 minutes. It does oscillate, and it does have a couple of cool features on it, like a timer, low and high, and it is lower in voltage, in watts than a lot of the other models out there. A lot of the models are 1500 watts or more, so you save a little bit of power. I was using a 1500 watt one before, like a $30, $40 Home Depot Sears Special, one of those smaller fans, and this one puts out a little more heat, and it also is a little more targeted. For example, wherever the fan is pointed at, it'll heat that specific area very well, and it projects the heat very well. So pros are it's very targeted. Also, the cord is fairly long. A lot of times when you buy devices like this, the cords are extremely short, so I like that. I don't know, I'm guessing it's 6 or 7 feet long, which is really good. You can always get an extension cord, but that's pretty good length to start. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. This one is actually broken. It only oscillates, even though you can see here there's a mode. Sorry, Sheila, the dog, is interfering a little bit, but you can see here all the different menu items. On the left is the timer, or you can just have it always on or always off. And then on the right side there, you have the oscillating and then non-oscillating, and then you have the low and the high for each. But as you can see, if I turn it on high, it automatically starts oscillating. You see it's already kind of turning a little bit. Sheila really likes the heater. She'll just chill right out in front of it and warm up. It's not too dangerous. Like if you have something right in front of it, I don't necessarily think it would catch on fire. It would definitely get hot, but I don't think it would catch anything on fire. My dog likes to get very close to it, and she doesn't seem to get bothered by it. So as you can see, mine only oscillates. I called the customer service, and they went ahead and sent me another one. I should be getting it next week, but they said to just keep this one, so I ended up getting two for the price of one. But as you can see, it's in the non-oscillating mode, and it's still oscillating. As far as heat, I could feel it. I'm about 6 or 7 feet away from it right now, and it's producing a good amount of heat. Now, here's the biggest problem with this unit, is that it lights up. My other heater, it doesn't. The heating element, I don't necessarily think it either lights up and I can't see it and it's blocked, or the heating element itself just doesn't produce much light. Whereas you can see this one, it produces a significant amount of light. So if you're you want to run it at night in your bedroom and you want to try to sleep and you require a dark bedroom, this heater will not work for you. You do not want this heater. It'll produce way too much light in your room. As well as I have a plasma TV, not an LCD or LED, so it works better in pitch black. It doesn't do well with lights or sunlight, and this thing produces enough light that if it's even in your peripheral vision, it's still personally I'm kind of a snob, if you will, or I can really tell just even subtle. I guess you could say I'm very sensitive to light, and so I could tell a difference in what I'm watching when this heater is also on in the same room. Even if it's not directly pointed at me, if it's kind of in the corner, as long as you can kind of see it, it definitely affects the TV, which I think is kind of a dampener if you're buying this to heat your room and you want to have a warm room when you're watching TV. So keep that in mind. The light could be a good thing because, hey, you're going to save electricity. You don't need to use a light. If you would normally use a light in the same room your heater's on, you can technically just use this as both your light and your heat. However, what I was just mentioning was if you're going to be watching TV or you want to sleep and you're very sensitive to light, this thing produces a lot of light. Now this is high. On low, it produces a little lower light. I just changed it to low. And you can see that it's much, much lower light. But now that I'm 5 or 6 feet away, I can barely feel it. So, to get the heat you want out of it, I think it's so it's 450 or 900 watts. So you can run it at half the wattage, which is at now at low, or you can run it at 900 watts. And frankly, the low is really low. Like, I don't know why anybody would run it that low. the 900 really is what you need to get it at if you want to heat up a room or, you know, heat up something fairly quickly. So overall, I'd give this thing a B out of a normal grading scale. The pros are, you know, long cord, the price, the value you get. It is a little lower wattage than all the rest, yet it's really good at like pinpointing a certain corner of the room, or if you're sitting in a chair, you can point it straight at you. And so you don't necessarily have to heat the whole room. You could just heat yourself. Now, and then one of the, this might be a pro, this might be a con, is the light it produces. It produces a significant amount of light that it reflects. The heating element reflects off that little backsplash in the back. And, you know, on high, that could either be a significant, like that, it could be a significant light source for you if you're trying to work, which could be a bonus. Or it could be a dampener if you're trying to watch TV, or if you're trying to sleep. My dog's right underneath me. She's asking for a belly rub. But just to finish off this review, the cons are, for me, the light. It doesn't produce a lot of heat. It'll probably still take you 10 to 15 minutes to, you know, heat a normal sized bedroom to even like a, you know, like 80 to 80 degrees or so. From like 60 or 70 to 80, like a 10 degree increase would probably take 10 plus minutes, I would imagine. And also depending on how well insulated it is. I read a review where someone was using this for their garage. And if you were putting this in a garage, which doesn't have a lot of insulation, I don't think it would ever heat the garage. I think it would, might work when you're right in front of it and it's pointing at you. It might help you as a heat source. But if you're trying to heat a garage, like you're trying to work out in your garage and it's cold outside, I don't recommend this here. Unless you're going to be sitting down and you're going to be in one spot. If you're going to let it isolate and like hope that it kind of warms your garage, it's going to take a really long time, and the results are going to be very mild. Like, sure, you might get a couple extra degrees in certain areas of your garage, but there's no way that this thing's going to warm up your whole garage. So I hope that helps you out. If you have any other questions, please leave a comment. I've owned this thing for about a week now, and I'm getting a replacement one. As you can see, it's on the non-oscillating mode right now, yet it's still oscillating. So, and then it also does, I just want to say this as well, it kind of produces this really low humming noise. I'm going to get really close and see if you can hear it. If you can't hear it, I mean, it's very, very quiet. Like, I don't think it would keep anybody up, but it definitely isn't totally 100% quiet. Other than that, you know, like I said, a B for the price. It should work for you. Otherwise, you might want to spend some more money and get some of those, you know, fake fireplace looking ones, or some of the higher end ones that, you know, probably are going to run you $60 to $120 at the low point, and then go up from there. Hope this helps. Good luck. Stay warm.